Introduction to Acts. We now come to the book in the New Testament that tells us what happened to Jesus' followers after he returned to heaven. It's often simply titled Acts, A-C-T-S. It's sometimes called the Acts of the Apostles because of the actions they took, and it has also been called the Acts of the Holy Spirit because it teaches about the coming and the work of God's Spirit after Jesus' resurrection. So, starting with the time of the resurrection of Jesus, the book of Acts goes on to tell the story of the next 30 remarkable years of the early church's ministry in the first century world. After Jesus returned to heaven, he sent the Holy Spirit, who came and ignited a flame of faith that would spread to the world, continuing to burn steadily in the hearts of his people today. Acts records how the Holy Spirit came and formed Jesus' followers into a new organism called the Church. Empowered by the Spirit, a small group of disciples carried the flame of faith across the Roman Empire. They preached, taught, healed, and demonstrated Christ's love in synagogues, schools, homes, markets, and courtrooms, and on streets, hills, ships, and roads. Wherever God sent them, lives and the course of history changed. The missionary travels of the Apostle Paul are documented in Acts, and Paul was the one who wrote many letters to the new churches formed during this period of growth. Most of those letters are preserved for us in the New Testament. Most believe that around AD 61 to 63, Luke, the writer of the Gospel of Luke, also wrote Acts as a sequel to continue to document the important events and issues during this transitional period between Christ's departure and the establishment of the faith. In fact, the initial verses of Acts refer back to the introduction in Luke's Gospel account. As you listen, keep in mind the last words of Jesus to his disciples that Luke quotes in Acts chapter 1, verse 8. "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in all Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth."